Hi everyone, my name is Devang, and in this video we'll be discussing about the last question of our stack, and this is the parenthesis one, the balanced parenthesis question. Okay, balanced parenthesis. Now we have discussed the standard questions upon stacks, and these are the standard questions which will help you to solve any problem which you face upon stack. So make sure that you explore more problem on stack on lead code. Just do a thing, go to lead code and see the stack section and solve more question upon stack. By these two questions you will be getting a hinge like what we have to do in the question. So make sure that you do the questions. As I always say that the DSA is always 5% theory and 95% practice, so make sure that you hit. Now the question states that we are given a string. The string is as like this. Now this is the string we are given. It contains only these three kind of brackets, which is this one, this. Only these kind of other brackets are available in the given string, and we have to in particular check that whether the string is a balanced one or not. It is containing a balanced parenthesis. Now what do I mean by the balanced parenthesis? It means that whenever a opening bracket you saw, now these are the opening brackets, now these are the opening brackets, now these one, yes, just a minute, these are the opening brackets. So whenever you see a opening bracket, there should be an closing balanced parenthesis which should be the closing one. What do I mean? If you see this bracket, there should be this bracket. If I saw this bracket, there should be this bracket, and if I saw this bracket, there should be this bracket. It means that it should be balanced. Both LHS opening closing should be balanced out. So we will proceed via this question, and I recommend you to pause this video upon here and try to think of the solution once, because you have already done various questions upon arrays, recursion, stacks, and this question will be seem too easy to you. But if you have like any doubt, so do not pause the video and continue to see. So one trick is very simple, like you can just keep a count how many opening and closing brackets are there, but that will create an issue. Why? Because it can happen like this, it can happen like this. Okay, yeah, it can happen like this. Now this is not a balanced situation, this is not a balanced situation, but here you will see that the number of opening and the number of closing are somehow like equal, not equal, like if we do this are equal, but this is not that kind of a situation. So we will see through the stacks, like how can we use stacks to solve this particular problem. Okay, so before proceeding any further, I want to talk about Newton School, due to which this course was possible. Now Newton School is a platform from where you can learn anything for free until you are placed. Until you are placed. Okay. Now they have a 6-month course, exhaustive course of web development, in which you learn various technologies which are related to web development, which are highly required in the industry at this particular moment of time. Okay, and you are being trained by advanced teachers, so that you get a hinge of how the things are revolving around, how the web development works, what is the DSA, and what are the skills that you need in the particular industry. Now they have a tie-up with among 300 plus companies such as Zomato, Udemy, Snapdeal, and all that. So you get an assured placement. Yes, so you get an assured placement. Okay, just a minute. Assured placement of a package of 5 lakh to 40 lakh CTC. So make sure that you check that out. And Newton School has an initiative which is known as Launchpad. Now what is Launchpad? Launchpad is an initiative which is taken up by Newton School to make India developer powerhouse of the world. Okay, so Launchpad is like different, somewhat of a different from this, in which you get a total free courses, like zero cost you have to pay, and you get a certificate of completion once you once you complete the course and you submit all the assignments and all that. You get questions, assignment. If you do this course from there also, you will get the certificate of completion and also the doubt support, which is very needed. Okay, so make sure that you check it out. Now let us discuss the question which we upon, which is balanced parenthesis. This is a very standard question. You can solve various articles upon the same, but I want to make sure that after seeing this video there is no article left which you need to see. Okay, now let's take an example like this. We are given a string like this. Now yeah, and yeah, we are given a string str as this. So let's take an algorithm. Let's solve the algorithm first. Then we will talk about its time complexity as well. Now the algorithm is, first of all, take an empty stack. Now remember, the condition of the question states that you are given only three kind of brackets: this, this, and this. So highly utilize the condition of the question and check whether you let me write over here, whether you see, whenever you see an opening bracket, what will you do? You will push that thing into the stack. Example, here we saw this, you just push that thing into the stack. Okay, now this is also an opening bracket. We the stack would become like this somehow. This is an opening bracket, this is an opening bracket, an opening bracket. Now whenever you see a closing bracket, you just pop it. You just pop like you see this one. So I will pop the top entity of the stack. So I will pop this. Now this will become empty, then you also saw a closing bracket, so you pop, this will become empty. This, you saw this, you will pop, this will become empty. Now I will check that whether my size of stack is 0, whether the size of the stack is 0, If yes, then I will output true. If not, I will output false. Okay, so let's see another example for the same. Let's think that we are given this. No, not this one yet. Okay, so we are given this. Now see how we will build the stack. We will choose this stack. Now we saw an opening bracket, we push it into the stack, opening bracket, push it into the stack, opening bracket, push, closing bracket, pop this item, closing bracket, pop this item. I intentionally blur this one so yeah, so that you get a thing like like here it was present. Now you again see a closing bracket, clear the thing, or pop the thing. Now you can see that the size of the stack is 1. The size of the stack is 1. So it is not empty, therefore this is not balanced, which is the correct output. So there is something which I need you to tell. So let us code once. This question. We got the algorithm. Let us code this question once. So first of all, we will include libraries. Hash include bits / stdc++.h. Okay. Then using namespace standard. And now I will just initialize my class int main. Then what will I do? I will say string s, and then I will cin s. I am assuming that my string does not contains any spaces. If my string contains spaces, then I have to use getLine, cin and all that. Cin s. Then what I will do? I will say that int x is equals to s.size. Okay, I say that int x is equal to x.size. Now here is the thing. For no, before that I need to use a stack. So stack of integers, let's name it as st, and yeah, so we have created an empty stack. Now let us just run a loop for int I is equals to 0 and I is less than x and I plus plus. So not integers, we did a mistake over here, not integers, because the string contains characters, right? So characters. So what we will do, if s of I is equals to this, or s of I is equals to this, or s of I equal to this. So if we arrive at this situation, then st dot push s of I. Okay, and let's say that else if, we will write else if s of I equal to this closing bracket, or s of I equal to this closing bracket, or s of I equal to this closing bracket, then we will pop st dot pop. and in the end, like when we come out of this for loop, what we will do, we will check if st dot empty equal to true, then cout true, else cout false. Now this code will run perfectly for some test cases. Yes, for some test cases. This will fail for few test cases. Let me tell you the reason why. But before that, let us analyze the time complexity. The time complexity analysis, like this loop will run for length of the string times. This loop will run for length of the string times. So big O of n here, where n is the size of the string. Now push pop operations are big O of one time, but it will run for n times, so the final complexity will be big O of n. Okay, now let's see the error. Let's see the test case where it will fail. Let's think that our test case is like this. Now this is our opening, and yeah, this is our closing. Like this. Let's say that this is our test case. So let us use the previous code to solve this particular question. So it will see that, yeah, I have an opening bracket, I will just put it, and here I have a closing bracket, I will pop it. So the answer would become true. The answer would be coming true as true. But no, answer should be false, because this is not a good parenthesis or the balanced parenthesis condition. This is not balanced. No. So we have done some kind of a small mistake over there. Let's analyze that. And correct our code so that we are solving this question properly. Like if the site you are solving the question upon, like the example, it is a small site and the number of test cases are not that much amount of high, so it will accept your solution. But yes, if you are solving upon some lead code and all that and GFG, you will get some error because their test cases are too large. So what we will do, we will same hash include bits slash stdc++.h, and then we will have using namespace standard. Then we would be having our main function int main, and then we would be considering the string s, and yeah, cns. Okay, and then we would be considering a stack of characters. Let's name it as st, and int x is equal to s dot height. This is the previous code, right? So I have just copy pasted that. Now let's think. So for int I is equal to 0 and I is less than x and I plus plus, the first condition is same. Let's keep a flag over here. I will introduce the concept of flag upon here. Let's keep a flag over here, which is bool x is equals to false. Okay. It means that why this means, it means that by default I am considering my string to be not balanced. Okay, so now let's run the loop, and if s of I is equals to this or this, or sorry, not this, let me write the whole code once, is equals to this, or s of I equal to this, or s of I equal to this, then we will push, st dot push of s of I. Okay, we will push it, but for the pop condition we want to check it. We want to check once. Okay, let me just write it over here. What we will check, if s of I equal to this bracket, closing this closed curving bracket, and st dot top is equals to this bracket. Again, if this is not meeting, like if s of I is equal to closing bracket, but my stack top does not contain an opening bracket of the same variety, then I will break this loop. Okay, and if s of I equal to my this closing bracket and st dot top equal to this closing bracket, and if this condition is not met, then break the loop. And last, if s of I equal to this and st dot top is not equal to like this, so I will just break. I will break. Now what will happen when this loop will break? Our flag bool x is equals to false will remain unchanged. It will remain unchanged, and I will write over here else st.pop. It means that none of the conditions are met, so I will pop that item. Okay, I will pop that item, and what will I do? Like this is the if condition, this is my else condition, and in that else condition we will have like this whole part, and after that I will check that if my stack is empty, if st.empty, then I will assign x is equals to true, and in the last I will return my x, So kind of understanding the things, let me just write it again. Like what I was doing in the for loop, like this was the for loop, and inside this for loop, first condition is same, that if s of I is equals to the opening bracket, then I have to push it. Okay. Then else, if my stack does not have any opening bracket, if my string is having any closing bracket, then I check like if this is this and st.top is this. I check this condition. If it doesn't map, then I break the loop. Okay. And here what I do, I simply say st.pop. Why st.pop? Because if none of the conditions are met, it would not break the loop, and it will come down, and if it's come down, you should pop that item. Okay. And after the for loop ends, I will check that if s of I is equal to empty, then b is equal to true, and just give my answer. Like if we were using the flag, right, bool x or b, I don't remember the name, bool b is equals to false, like this flag we were using, and we will just output the answer. If the stack is empty, then b is equal to true and return b. Okay. So what I will do, I will just give you the code of this question in the comment section, so make sure that you check it out, and like if you have any doubt, make sure that to comment it out, and I would be more happy to answer your doubt. Okay, thank you.